Welcome, guys, to How Good Was It? Why Should I Watch? I need to introduce everyone, of course. And I'm going to start this week because I'm so happy to see him once again. Our special guest, Dana. Welcome back, Dana, bro.
Oh, what is up, fellas? Very excited to be with the crew again, the OGs.
And of course, we have tried and true Scott. What is up, Scott?
Hey, what's happening, June?
And last but never, ever least, we have the incomparable, the one and only, Joe AP. What is up, Joe AP?
Hey, what's up, guys?
And what is our first subject? I'm going to leave that up to Scott because him more than anyone in this crew is questioning why the hell he should watch this show.
Joe AP, for quite a while, has been telling me how much he loves this show, Suits. And automatically my mind was like, no, that's not a good show.
So both Dana and Joe AP are followers of this show. Obviously, they enjoy this series.
Yeah.
And I guess we're going to find out why, because along with Scott, I myself have never watched the show. I actually don't know a single thing about this show. I don't know any of the actors or actresses. And I'm clueless about this. So they're actually going to try to talk us into, well, they're not going to talk us into anything. We are obligated by doing this podcast by default to watch this damn series. Now, I myself must say, I probably don't need another series about rich white people in my life. That's exactly what it looks like. But I guess for the purposes of this podcast, I'm obligated to watch.
For me, all I know of Suits is I remember it was a USA show. Yeah, I remember seeing like ads for it. Never watched an episode of it. But when I think of USA, I think of Monk. I think of Sight.
I love Monk.
I figured that. And to me, USA shows are the shows that every other network has turned down. Most of the time, most of the time, it's actors.
It was on USA.
Do you remember Airwolf?
Yeah, no, those are reruns of Airwolf on USA. That Airwolf
Monday
was a
Night
bad
Raw was on USA, Scott.
You know,
Okay.
deep down inside, Scott knew it's a good show. He just needed a little convincing.
No.
Like the moment I told that to Dana, like Suit is very good show, and Dana, yes, I love Suit. Scott,
amazingly, I was shocked when I heard Dana agree with Joe that Suits is a good show. It made me die a little bit inside. But
genius, we are genius.
So just to be clear, Scott, you've never watched an episode.
No. Joe has sent me a couple clips and like 10-second clips, and yeah, it definitely did not hook me. First, why don't one of you guys walk us through the premise of this show?
Dana, I'll give it a go.
Thank you, my fellow counselor. I appreciate that, counselor.
I second that.
So, it does hurt my feelings to hear such blasphemy from Scott. But it is a very simple formula. And I think that may be where Scott was getting at is he probably does not like shows that just follow simple formulas. I will agree that USA generally puts out shows that are just, there is a premise, there is something that they need to do, and it would rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
So to be fair, okay.
But this is the exception.
I'm not sure if Dana is convincing Scott too. It doesn't
He's starting to think maybe this is not a good show.
That's what you're supposed to do, counselor. You don't just bring it all in. I mean, you gotta.
Okay. You softened it up a
little
bit.
facts.
No, he's folding, Joe. You gotta keep on him.
Joe AP, you might be having to convince the three of us at this point.
So this is about a show that generally deals with high-stake cases while we learn about the characters. So it starts off with a main character as we work through his journey and we meet his counterpart that is also a main character. So that main character is actually named Mike Ross, who you get introduced as just a miraculously smart guy, but it's because he has this amazing memory. With this amazing memory, he's not necessarily using it for good at the beginning. He's using it just for what most people use it for, money. And his
let me guess. Does he do like count cards or something in a casino? Some way of getting money like that?
How dare you? How dare you shame Mike Ross? But no, he uses it actually just to cheat to help kids pass the bar. So that's basically where we start and where we find Mike. Mike is in that world of he's just trying to get easy money. But we learn more about him getting easy money through not only this, but also trying to do a little bit of drug dealing. So it starts off with Mike Ross being introduced in this way, and then he stumbles into this high-powered firm because of a drug deal gone bad. And in this high-powered firm, we meet the best lawyer on earth, who you guys are going to love, Harvey Specter. Harvey Specter is the best closer in New York. So he is the guy who's responsible for all the big mega time deals. He's the one who brings home all the bacon. He gets the girl. When you think of hotshot lawyer, you think of him. But he is kind of tired of his legacy and has to hire a new junior partner. It's just obligated for the firm that he's at. And by happenstance, in which I won't give you the full lead of it, because once you watch it, you'll understand, he meets Mike. And when he meets Mike, they now become this buddy duo that is, one, navigating Mike's life to trying to actually be a legitimate lawyer, because he's basically a fake lawyer. I mean, that's a lot of the premise throughout this is he's not real, and he's a fake lawyer for a reason. So we're learning about that, and Harvey Specter taking this chance on Mike. But every single episode where I bring up the formula part, though we grow the bigger story to learn about Mike and to learn about the firm, we get a case. The case is always like, oh, it's so easy. And of course, they just throw a few monkey wrenches in there. You're just like, oh, yeah, it wasn't easy. And then they bring it home at the end. So it follows that formula, but it is an amazing formula that just hooks you on to watch. And I think for me as a viewer, give me a formula. Wrap that shit up in 45 minutes, and Suits does a great job of it.
Dana had me at bad drug deal. That's all I knew.
That sounds the most interesting thing about it.
So I knew I was going to get June with just like being a bad weed drug dealer. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I knew I was going to get June. Scott's the one that we got to find out. But
so it is also about the friendship too. You know, how they build character as a friendship become.
And how does Meghan Markle? Is she a lawyer? Is that how she gets involved in this?
You will find out.
She starts off as a paralegal of this hard firm. So, but every single character, like my fellow counselor is saying, they grow and develop. So they don't just leave them as they are. They try to get them to a means to an end. And that's, I think, what's the good about the show. It gives you that long story building throughout the whole entire series, but then it gives you what they actually do. And I guess, Joe, would you say the type of law they practice is kind of it's kind of like high stakes business law? So it's
high stakes business, million dollars.
Yeah, mergers. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like kind of, I mean, they really touch everything in this. So they'll touch like criminal law and, they'll dive into the different things. But what they do at this particular law firm is they hit on the major mergers. They are the ones
high risk, high price, high pay. But what changes is the character building. Each time you see them, the character getting richer and they are more interesting as a characters. And and you sort of root for Mike Ross, even though that he's one of the smartest, but there's certain things that we don't know everything about, I guess. So there's a lot of unpeeled. It's like an onion. You peel the lower layers and to get to the best part of the movie.
Can someone wake Scott?
Oh, sorry. So how many? This is 9 seasons of the show, guys. How many seasons?
My God in heaven!
I think it was 8 seasons, right? 8 or 9.
I think it's 8 seasons.
Oh,
yeah, I think
8 seasons.
Okay.
So are we required to watch all seasons, or are we going to just start with?
It depends. We'll see how season 1 goes.
Are we?
I have a feeling after one season, Scott and June's gonna go, this is not bad. I like this show.
So they said required. You're not required, June. You are going to be blessed to watch 8 seasons.
Those are
okay. You're welcome.
Those are strong words, man. Those are strong words.
You're welcome, sir.
That's a good convincing.
So on our other podcast, we have a scale, right? We have things that are better or worse than Over the Top? Is this show better than Over the Top or worse than Over the Top, Joe?
No, we had to compare to like another sitcom. Like
you can't. Okay. So
it's better than Over the Top.
This is what's gonna
Write it
happen.
down.
This was gonna happen. The show's gonna suck, Scott. I'm gonna tell you right now. The show,
Write it down, June.
But it's gonna be better than Over the Top.
no, that's gonna set the bar for any future episodes of this series. Why should I watch? Because it's gonna be better.
Oh, this is gonna be the Over the Top.
This is gonna be the over the top for this.
Wow.
For this.
All right.
Well, let's do this. Feel free to do some commentary over the trailer. I'm sure.
Do we know what year
this
is, June? Does it say what year this is from?
The early 2000, 2010, 2011.
Yeah, it's like maybe like 2010s, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, whoever,
it's been off for a little bit.
We're gonna watch it via YouTube, of course, and it's it's from the Blockbuster Australia account. And I don't know what that means, and so it's dated as 11 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Does that sound about right to you guys?
Yeah. Around that time, I would say. Like, I think like a lot of shows, the technology that gives it away.
Oh, God. Yeah. Looking forward to this. All right, so let's give this a try.
All right. Oh.
You are looking at the best closer this city has ever seen.
Closer, huh? Baseball?
Attorney. I close situations.
Now is that Abigail?
I said I was going to get you 158.
Pencils down. Excuse me. Do I know you from somewhere?
I don't think so. I told you I wanted
hold
175.
on.
You're a B-.
So that is such a terrible. Why is he wearing a baseball hat? That's his plain blue baseball hat. Who wears that? You know, he looks like he's
disguising himself. Yeah.
Yeah. So the lead character is go ahead.
Scott, I told you this was a show about lawyers. It's not a show about detectives. So
about style.
He is not undercover, Scott.
So what CW show was this guy on before? I'm sure there's got to be CW, or was he on Days of Our Lives, or maybe All My Children? But okay, go ahead.
I gotta say, this is looking pretty CW to me, man.
Yeah,
it's get you a 175. They'll know you cheated. I can have my money, please.
Recruiting. Harvey, your interviews are set up for tomorrow.
Can we please skip the recruiting? We need people who think on their feet, not another Harvard clone with a rod up his ass.
You went to Harvard Law.
I'm an exception.
Find me another one.
Ross. Harvey Specter, nice to meet you. Unfortunately, we only hire from Harvard, and you haven't even gone to any law school.
What if I told you that I consume knowledge like no one you've ever met and I've actually passed the bar?
I'd say you're full of crap.
Being a lawyer is like being a doctor. You keep pressing until it hurts. Then you know where to look.
Yeah, that's weird. You giving me advice? Sounds like you actually care about me.
I don't. You're a reflection of me, and I absolutely care about me. So get your skinny tie out of my face and get to work. This woman had her life ripped apart. You don't even care? I'm not about caring. I'm about winning. Why can't you be about both?
This isn't elementary school. This is hard work. Long hours. High pressure.
I will work as hard as it takes to become the best lawyer you have ever seen.
Suits, a new original series. Premieres Thursday, June 23rd at 10/9 Central. USA. Character.
So what these guys have going for it is this show is the most streamed show ever on Netflix. It's like over 3 billion views or something ridiculous like that.
That's got to tell you something, though, right?
It tells me that a lot of people have bad taste in the world. So this is going to be a monthly podcast, right? We're June and I have a month to watch season 1, and then we'll come back and revisit season 1, and then God forbid watch season 2 for another month.
Scott, does any of this swaying you in any way?
God, no. I'm still baffled that these guys like this show. I'm not baffled that Joe likes this show. I get this with Joe. Dana, I'm very baffled. So we'll see. We'll see.
Dana, that's
8 million. 3.8 million. I mean, come on. We're not the 1%ers here. You are, sir.
Exactly.
I know. I'm going to keep my elitist TV attitude. I'm a HBO snob. I only watch HBO shows, but we'll
mean
see.
Fox News only?
Yeah. What? No. That is the Suits crowd, Joe. I almost can guarantee you that this is a number 1 among the Fox viewers, but it's okay.
There go our listener.